Hello, friends. This is Sarah Payton from the Coronavirus Book Closet, giving you a little love and support today. Today, what we want to look at is PTSD hygiene for this period of being separated from our usual forms of physical support, whatever they may be. We've talked about different things, friends, libraries, being able to get out and do things, teach in person, have body-to-body contact, all those lovely, sweet, supportive things that may not be available to us right now. So in acknowledgement of this, I wanted to talk a little bit about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, how it comes about, and then what we want to make sure that we're doing every day, multiple times during the day, to take care of ourselves during this period. So post-traumatic stress disorder is a set of letters that we use to talk about the way that the human brain gets hooked on difficult moments and keeps bringing them back up and back up and back up. And some of these moments can be present time moments, and some of them can snag us into the past, and the past can arise just as easily. Something that happened when we were 3 can be just as difficult today as something that happened 45 minutes ago with a partner or a pet or a postman or a work connection online. And so what we want to know about these snagged moments and the past being so alive and not going away is we want to know that the part of the brain that holds emotional memory deep inside there, sort of if my fingers intersected in there, they would meet the amygdala. And the amygdala, there's one on each side. There's a left amygdala and a right amygdala. I shouldn't have pointed at the middle of my nose. The amygdala stores difficult things that have happened to us that have not yet been processed or integrated or fully understood or held with warmth or resonance. So the arising of memory is almost like a call to us from the past saying, hey, I'm alone here. There's a part of you that's been left behind. And so if it's not too scary, what we can do is we can time travel to ourselves at any moment. I mean, I can time travel to a self that was 15 minutes ago, and I can time travel to a self that was 40 years ago. It's exactly the same thing. And so what we do when we step back in time is we freeze everybody else that's in the memory. So let's say we have a memory from yesterday of a partner being grumpy or upset, or a work person being grumpy or upset. We freeze in the memory, we freeze the work partner, the work person, or the partner, or the postman, or whoever it is. And then we just very gently, if we have consent, we come to our past self. And we're making that first guess. Sarah, do you need acknowledgement that this moment was difficult? That you felt alone here in a way that you don't usually feel. And maybe that you stopped breathing. And maybe that you were hurt and you didn't even know how much you were hurt because you had stopped breathing and it was a shock that this difficult thing had happened. And then as you catch that, then there may be other layers that start to come. There might be regret, or there might be, why didn't I think of this? Or there might be anger, or there might be shame. But as we come alive, we're always going to come alive into something. And that lets us know that we're on a good track. So as you come alive, then you make that next guess of acknowledgement. Would you like a little acknowledgement that this was a scary moment, or that that you felt shame? Or do you feel so sad that in the past you haven't been able to do what you wished you could do? So those are two starting points. And then the next thing you do is you just stay with the body, because there can be 3, 4, 7, 8 rounds of just connecting and deepening with different kinds of emotional experience. Sometimes I think about trauma as like a traffic jam where the traffic gets stuck all together. And so as you name each emotion, oh, there's some shame, there's some sadness, there's some anger, there's some fear, there's some alarmed aloneness. It starts to see how there could be so many different guesses because there are so many different emotions. And then you'll uncover one, and then you'll go deeper and you'll go, oh, here's another layer of alarmed aloneness about something else. So you make those guesses until your body calms in the memory, and you check in with yourself in the memory, whether it was 15 minutes ago or 20 days ago or 20 years ago. And you just say to yourself, you kind of can say, Sarah, is there anything else you would like me to know about this moment in time? And then there's like a whole cascade of past experiences that comes for me in this moment, just as I'm kind of doing this live with you, just catching and acknowledging these past moments, saying, yes, yes. And here was some worry, and here was some fear, and here was some alarmed aloneness, so that we get that connection with the past self, whatever it is they want us to know. And then once there's a kind of a relaxation, and I can feel a relaxation in my chest, I can feel a relaxation in the back of my neck, we get to say, Sarah, would you like to come to present time? You don't need to be alone with this anymore. You can come be with me. Just pick them up, bring them, take their hands, bring them through time and space to be with you in your heart. And then you just notice if your being is a little lighter, if things are a little easier than they were. It can be very sweet. Well, that's a basic PTSD hygiene that you can just keep doing and doing through the days. It would be good to do this at least once a day, maybe 3-4 times a day, just this gentle self-accompaniment, so that you understand that the moments that are difficult are moments of aloneness. And of course, in shelter at home, quarantine, stay where you are, city, where most of us are in the world, there might be a lot of moments where we feel alone. So we need to create an ongoing, supportive, self-accompanying part of ourselves that stays with us. So just love to all of you, so much love, and we'll talk again tomorrow.